Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about something very important. I generally don't like to touch on serious topics, but seeing how things are really getting out of hand, I just kind of wanted to share my 2 cents, and that's basically regarding hate crime towards Asian Americans and just Asian people in general. You know, I've been hearing a lot of news coverage and stories about how there's been another hate crime after just hate crime after hate crime after hate crime. You know, people being verbally abused and harassed, people being physically attacked, people showing up to Asian families' homes and just overall causing terror and chaos. It's just it comes down to the fact that a lot of these people who are doing this feel that every other Asian person that they meet is the coronavirus carrier, and they feel that they are responsible for bringing COVID into America and basically around the world, and now are using this opportunity to express their hate. You have a lot of people out there who, I guess in the beginning when COVID first hit, you had a lot of people that were just in fear and just ignorant. But then in the mix of all of that, you still had a lot of prejudice and racist people out there that used the opportunity to, show their true colors. And now it's even past that. It's well past that, because this was happening all of 2020, and here we are into 2021, and the crime is just constantly increasing towards Asian people. And my thing is, it really makes me angry when these type of things happen, because it shows, it just reminds everyone that racism still exists, that there are still people out there that hate other people because of the color of their skin. And I don't think that's right at all. A lot of people are just ignorant. They just have this logic in their head that they could hate an entire race or hate somebody because of the color of their skin. I never understood that. There's been a lot of people that I didn't like, and that's because it came down to character. It never had nothing to do with race. Because one person might be this way that I didn't like, but there was somebody else who was the same race that was my best friend. So I don't understand the logic of how you can actually hate an entire race. I've never understood this. And I've always lived by, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's like the golden rule of humanity. But you have people that does not think that way. That concept is too hard for them to understand. They care about all the people that they care about, but they won't care about a particular group of people. I've experienced racism myself. Not to the extreme where I was being attacked or have people show up to our homes and, did property damage and try to terrorize us. I've never had that before. So I can't imagine, I can only imagine how it must feel for Asian families that are being harassed in that manner. I could imagine that being very scary for a lot of people. They would feel like they're not wanted, especially when you wake up the next morning and you find a big sign on your front lawn saying, "Get out of here," derogatory slang for Chinese people or Asian people, or a big graffiti on the side of your house or on the garage, the front door of the garage, where it has this giant hate sign telling you to get out of here and go back to your country, or having somebody actually tell you this in person: "Get away from me, go back to your country." Those are some really extreme stuff. And on top of that, being physically attacked or being stabbed. You have people out here who are going out of their way to attack elderly people because they know that they can't defend themselves. And it's just in what world did you do stuff like that? Who attacked an elderly person, first of all? I just don't understand it. You know that they're going to be injured. You know they can die from the result of those injuries by shoving them from behind and into the ground. That's somebody's parent. That was somebody's grandparent. The way I see it is, I consider most elderly people, I consider them, I respect my elders. A lot of the times I might see them as my grandparents, especially if I got to know them and talk to them. it just automatically happens that way for me, where I start to have this like family dynamic. And when I see an Asian elderly man get shoved to the ground, he was essentially my grandpa getting knocked to the ground. That makes me angry. I wouldn't want nobody doing that to my grandparents, so why would I want to have that? Why would I want that to be done to somebody else's? So all of these people who are out here doing all these crimes are just the lowest of the lowest, just like scum, bottom of the earth. Like, they should deserve all the punishment that comes their way when they get caught. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where sometimes I wish I was there when these scenarios take place, because I would be the first to defend anybody being attacked because of hate crime. It just shouldn't have to exist, but unfortunately that's the sad world that we live in. That's just the sad reality of things. Not everything is all rainbows and sunshine. Granted, everything is rainbow, right? I mean, sunshine right now, but like, jokes aside, not everything is all sunshine for a lot of people. And I imagine if you're Asian at this time, you're probably looking over your shoulders, you know, assuming that you might be living in a neighborhood where there are a lot of attacks happening. I imagine that you're probably looking over your shoulders. You know, if you own like a shop or something, you might have to close early because you don't know if somebody's going to try to run in and do harm, try to rob you, put a gun to you, like all these type of things. So basically the point of this video is to express for me to express how I do not like these things happening towards Asian people and all people. Just like how they say Black Lives Matter, well, Asian lives matter, and white lives matter, and Hispanic lives matter, and basically all lives matter. Everybody's life matter to me, so it doesn't have to be a slogan or any type of hashtag. All lives matter to me, and I'm like always all across the board with everything. So it's good that it's now making media coverage. It's good that now a lot of Asian celebrities are coming out and speaking against it. It's good that now more people are being aware of these type of things, and hopefully they can put a stop to this. And maybe, hopefully, and very hopefully, that it will deter a lot of these hateful people from continuing to do any more of these crimes. You know, I don't want to see any more people getting hurt. I don't want to see people constantly be, you know, feeling like they're not wanted, because Asian people have been in America for the longest time. You can't just tell somebody to uproot and go back to their home country. A lot of people have been born out here, like, just since day one. So you can't really tell somebody to go back to your country. Like, last I checked, America was the land of the free for everybody. It's like a mixing pot for everyone. So you can't just tell somebody, oh, go back to your country. Well, this isn't your country either, so you should go back too. I mean, if you really want to get technical, this isn't your country either. So everybody should go back to their country then. Like, if you want to use that logic. But anyway, I think I'm starting to digress a little bit, and I don't want to make this too long. But basically, the point of this video is that I support Asian people. You know, I condemn all the type of action that's been happening towards them. I've had Asian friends. I still have Asian friends, and I've even have an Asian family member. My dad is married to a Philippine lady who had children by, and both of them are half black, half Philippine. And not even just to use that as an example to say, you know, I'm part of this whole thing, but like, I would imagine, because luckily we don't live in an area where there's hate crime happening towards Asian people, but I imagine that even if we were, she and my younger brother and sister, half brother and sister, would be targeted if we lived in those type of area where there's a lot of hate crime just through the roof. They would be targeted, no doubt. And so that's the thing. It's just like, I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to them, just like I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to anybody else. I treat everybody like my friend if I can, if they don't come off as somebody I don't like or a bad person or anything. But generally, I'm always cool with everybody, with every race. So, I don't know. I think I'm just going on too long. So basically, I'm just going to end it here. But, you know, if you are Asian and you're viewing this, be careful. You know, look over your shoulders. You You know, if you live in an area where there is a lot of crime, I mean a lot of hate, like, and how to say it, if you live in an area where there's a lot of crime towards Asians, like, obviously I shouldn't have to tell you, but you know, you're gonna obviously look over your shoulder and protect yourself, basically. Protect your family, protect your loved one, protect your elderly parent or grandparent. And I guess that's all I have to say for now. So just be safe out there, and good luck to you, and make sure you wear your mask as well. See ya.